Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. God bless you, my friends. Thank you, honestly, truly, deeply, for finding some time in your day to join me for, I think, an important discussion about Mortal Kombat 1. You may know me as someone who has covered many things in Mortal Kombat 11. Did augment builds, covered the premium shop, did 32 plus seasons of Combat League. People are out there. They were copying my builds. They were copying my vids. But I noticed that those same copiers are not copying the current messaging and tone that I am putting out there. And I think it's very important to take an objective look at Mortal Kombat 1 and realize that it is not good. There is nothing good in Mortal Kombat 1. I don't understand how people say they enjoy the story. I don't understand how people say they enjoy combat. I don't understand how people say they enjoy gameplay. I really failed to see how there is any sort of fun in this game. Mortal Kombat 1 is bare bones, anemic, dead, dying / dead. This thing was dead on arrival, babes. And I've been calling it out pretty much since they've been promoting Mortal Kombat 1. Honestly, I thought Mortal Kombat 1 or 12 or whatever the hell they wanted to call it would have been coming 2024. Very interesting to note, I'm going to be jumping out of order here, but we're going to be coming back to this, but one of the things that they're missing is a senior designer for combat to handle their console games. You telling me that the copy-paste style of Mortal Kombat 11 into MK1 with less options in combat besides a cameo feature that's busted and broken. Right? Busted and broken. How are people enjoying cameos? It's an insult to players when you can't play with the characters that you see in the game. Period. These cameos that have 3 or 4 special moves, more if you want to count cancels and things like that, it's an insult, and it's a clear indicator that Mortal Kombat 1 has many cut corners. There are many cut corners in this thing. Lots of people took pieces away from this Mortal Kombat 1. It's not a whole pie. It's just a little crumb. Because there are so many cut corners. If they weren't cutting corners, they would have delivered that MK Armageddon roster to match that final chapter of the story. With fully playable characters. Cameo is a bust. If you're enjoying Combat League, go ahead. Go ahead. But I challenge you. Why are you enjoying it? Are you going to be enjoying it 3 months from now? 1 year from now? Did you play 32 plus seasons of Combat League in Mortal Kombat 11? Are you prepared to play Combat League that long? The people who enjoy this game are those who are playing for a little bit and gonna be flying away. Right? Because they're getting what they want. They're getting a cinematic cutscene. They're getting their DLC characters like Omni-Man and Homelander delivered to them a year later. So, they know in their calendar, okay, I'm going to play next July for Homelander. Right? What is this? This is garbage. NRS does not care about the fans, the people who enjoy the franchise. On paper, 3D era roster sounds so cool. Even my wish list included some of the characters that we see on this roster. But the boys are not boying, the girls are not girling. We got he, she's all over the place. We've got men looking as women and women looking as men. There is a definite political agenda being pushed upon people here with even simply the character design. And you're going to get youngins. I'm going to call them youngins because I am not young. To give you a grasp of my age, my mother is 78, for whom I take care of. But it's these youngins who are saying, oh, ladies don't need to be sexy. Yes, ladies can be men. Yes, totally fine. Yes, Tanya, it's okay. She can look like a transvestite. Same goes for Lee May. Like, Lee May's giving me Mulan and boy drag all day, every day. I don't like it. And then you got everyone on the roster. Raiden, Johnny, Kung Lao looking like gay twinks. Gay twinks. People should be upset. People should really be upset about this game. I don't know why people are liking this game. If you are one of those select few, please comment in the comments below. I don't delete comments. YouTube deletes comments if you use the word gay. You're not allowed to call me gay. So YouTube just automatically deletes those. But if you're inappropriate and you say things that are untoward, well, YouTube will delete those too. So just use your brain. Be civil. Yeah, just be civil. Civility is very nice. We are all brothers and sisters here. We are all playing the same game. And no, you can't tell me to stop playing the game, because I'm going to play whatever I want, babes. Made over 1,000 videos on MK11. You can better be I'm going to be spouting this rhetoric, because I do not enjoy this game. I don't know how people are enjoying it. The only way to enjoy this game is with cheats and exploits. This video is sponsored by the Jaded Bunny fam. Yes, please do join if you want all the cheats and secrets to actually enjoy this POS DEI Mortal Kombat game. Oh my word. Okay. Okay. You can tell we're feeling in our feels. This game is something that I used to love. This franchise is something that I used to love. Now I love to hate it, because Mortal Kombat 1 be that bad. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you for joining. 24 of you here. Please leave a like. It would be really helpful. Or a dislike, I don't care. Okay, hey there, Corey, Irish Tiger, Ali Kazama, hello, Dave, love you too, Ali, J4, Masta, Irish, Devin, Boss Big Mike, it's mid at best. Is Boss Big like the big boss in India? Oh, what was her name? Oh, I remember that one scene from Big Boss India. What? Pooja. Why are you behaving like this? Her name was Pooja. It took me a minute. Master Shags. I genuinely enjoyed the story, but felt it should have been longer and more interactive. Don't worry, Master. I have a video that I'm planning. It's going to be 25 reasons to hate MK1's story. That'll be a fun one. But I really didn't want to touch on Mortal Kombat, like the game. Like, I don't want to play the game. Game's so busted. So we're going to be talking about consequences. What should happen at NRS to make sure that they don't deliver another failure of a game? Because it has been going downhill since MKX. I think MKX had really interesting gameplay. If you didn't like the slower style of MK11, I didn't mind it. I quite enjoyed it. But there's run in MKX. They took that out. They brought back the Amplify with block, but no run. Where's the run? Tekken 8 has runs. But yeah, a lot of people at NRS needs to be fired and chopped, because a lot of the company is following this DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion kind of behavior. Even in the bare bones of character design, we're getting this stuff pushed upon us. Okay, so lots of people are saying, oh, Mortal Kombat 1 is such a great hit. It's so wonderful, blah, blah, blah. Look, this is the official media press releases coming from WB Games. WB Games isn't talking about sales of Mortal Kombat. That's because it's not number one, babes. Mortal Kombat is not number one. Get that out of your mind. Because that's a fallacy. Mortal Kombat not number one. Even though it has 1 in the title. It's just 11, but they removed a 1. That's what you're getting with the gameplay. But here they say Warner Brothers game launches Mortal Kombat 1. Nothing. You know why? Because they're not proud of the game. Look at Street Fighter 6. I should have had this loaded. But Street Fighter 6 proudly displays on its game page over 2 million units sold worldwide. Do you think Mortal Kombat 1 has sold 2 million units worldwide? I want to know the units sold, but that information is not out yet. Surprising. Everything works in dollar amounts, and even in dollar amount sales, Mortal Kombat 1 is not number one of that list. To be expected, right? So I was digging through the media press releases because I wanted to find official communications regarding the DLC. Right? Like, so what you're looking at here is the official media release, press release, regarding what we should have been expecting in Combat Pack 1. So, as you see here, it says cameo fighters, Farah, Johnny Cage, Chameleon, Movado, and Tremor. Available post-launch. Terrible that they have to, like, relegate these things to cameo fighters. Terrible that they're repeating Johnny Cage as a main fighter to a cameo fighter. But even more terrible is the fact that they lied to us. Why would they lie to us? Are you telling me that WB Games didn't realize that it was Janet Cage? Or did they purposefully lie to us because they didn't want people to know that they were introducing their first trans character? Why? Oh, I should have had that Janet Cage picture. She's certainly a sight to behold. Okay. Let's get this. Let's also not have the volume. Okay, here we go. The only reason why we have characters like this, oops, characters like this in the game is because WB lied to us. They're all on that diversity, equity, inclusion hype. They're not interested in selling a game. They're interested in pandering to LGBT before they are interested into giving single players things to collect and enjoy in the game. And this is what I have to look forwards to. You could see the Adam's apple. People telling me she's a woman. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. But yes, someone needs to be fired at WB for these constant lies. Like, this is just one example of a lie. I've also been thinking about making a video on all of the lies. If you would like that, please leave a like and comment that you want to hear more about the lies, because there's lots of lies. And I did cover all of the pre-release information, and if you're interested in going back to that stuff, because I know I will be, do check it out. It's a podcast on the channel, a whole podcast. OMG. So yeah, getting lies constantly. How are people enjoying this? How are you accepting this? How low are the standards of players if they're accepting lies and saying, "Oh, it's a tongue-in-cheek joke. Oh, you're just you're just a phobe." Lol, no. I am calling out this game for shoving politics before putting actual gameplay. So Ed Boon is totally to blame. He is letting this get orchestrated under him. He's using this as an opportunity, let's be real, to go film movies, travel the world. Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Official? Oh yeah, here we go. Like, he just wanted to meet Dave Bautista. He just wants an autograph from Megan Fox. That's why Mortal Kombat does a lot of the celebrity talent that it chooses to do. Because this is an opportunity for Ed Boon's dick to feel bigger than everyone else. And I think that there's a lot of ego and narcissism that goes on with Ed Boon because he cares more about himself and the connections he's making rather than delivering to fans an actually good product. Right? He got to meet Dave Bautista. He got to hang out with Megan Fox because that's a wonderful thing. He got to talk to Jean-Claude Van Damme. All of this celebrity talent is stroking Ed Boon's ego. And if you go to his Twitter, you can see it all over the place. All over the place. I remember when he was on the movie set for Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. There's just all of these pictures of him with this biggest grin. I should have had a picture of it. With all of the actors and actresses from the movie. Like, he's loving it. That's all it is for him. So rather than have someone at the head as the chief creative officer of the game who is just thinking about himself, I would rather have someone that thinks about the fans, that thinks about the players. Really, that's what I would enjoy. But Ed Boon's Twitter, you can go all over it. Maybe we can find... I think it's Todd Garner. He's the director for Mortal Kombat 2. Oh my god. Okay, so I hope I don't have to scroll too much. These people are on Twitter like they have no lives. Why? Can they get off Twitter? So yeah, I really hate using Twitter. I'll put that out there. Twitter is not a fun... I don't like any social media. I use YouTube. You guys are my brothers. Oh my god, look. More schmoozing. Right? Like, he's just loving all of this attention that he's getting from everyone for under-delivering. Right? And he's got his shills, his head shills with him. This one is a key shill. If you're not familiar... I'm trying to pause it. Thiago Gomez, Dominic Cianciolo, Brian Tong. These are all corporate shills. Dominic Cianciolo, he's the guy responsible for the story of MKX, MK11, and MK1. And I've had big problems ever since MKX with the story of MK. Really not enjoyable because there's too much politics. I've got this guy to thank. Also, I've got to thank this guy, Thiago Gomez, the lead art director, because he's the one who made all the stages so beautiful. All of the particle effects so particly that the game runs at 17 frames per second. They prioritized aesthetic rather than actual gameplay. And this is who we have to thank, right? Fire. Need a clean sweep of the head honchos of this game. Because if we have to rely on this, to expect, like, I'm already looking forward to MK2. MK2 better be a hit. It better be good. But if these guys are involved in any single way, I don't want it. And this guy is particularly an interesting elevation because he was just a texture artist on Mortal Kombat 11. Here he's lead art director? What, was there no one senior above the age of 50 to actually take the lead on this game and actually make me believe that it was designed by somebody who enjoyed the original games? This guy did not reboot the story at all. It's a sequel to MK11. The story's so garbage. It's filled with LGBT pandering. And not even good LGBT pandering. Oh my word. Oh my word. So yeah, I'm glad that I picked up the Todd Garner's Twitter, because yeah, oh yeah, look, he's posing with Shang Tsung. Schmooze. This is what this guy lives for. Ed Boon needs to go. Needs to go. I don't trust him. He's just a troll. Everything on his Twitter is a huge troll. He lies constantly. And the fans love it? Why? Are you like, do you love the abuse? I refuse. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Do you think Ed Boon should go? Because I think he should. And we're going to be taking a look at some more of his tweets to illustrate this, but I would just like to see what you guys are saying. Masta, not Mulan in boy drag. I'm so sorry. I'ma read. The library is open. These bitches are getting read. Because I am over it. Over it. Here I was thinking that I'm going to be able to have a nice Mortal Kombat 1 single-player experience where I got to play around with talismans, such as Derek Kurtzik told me. And what? Everyone just throws away talismans because there's not proper inventory, nor is there a proper system in order to acquire components? Yeah, great, lovely. Wonderful single player experience. I hate this game on so many levels. Irish Tiger. Before MK1, I got back into MK11, really enjoyed it. I completed the gauntlet, fully opened Shang Tsung's throne room, and I could play for hours. Then MK1 happens and has nothing. I totally agree. I totally agree. Also, it was a huge ego stroke for Ed Boon with the original Crypt events in Mortal Kombat 11. Yes. I do hold a grudge. This is from like four years ago. The original Crypt events were only notified to people on Ed Boon's Twitter. And that's when I started following his Twitter. And that's when I started hating his Twitter. Because I don't like Twitter. I don't want to be on social media to know anything about anything happening in the game. Right? Just put it in the game. Put a tooltip. Put a notification. I have been salty about so many things in MK11. But people seem to be ignorant of that. There were bad things there too, but there's a whole lot more bad things here. Okay, Devin, I wish I could go back to Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Totally agree. Drift Peter, updates should be more frequent. Game's broken, it's hard to believe. Definitely not worth 120, says Boss Big. I agree. Game is trash. 9 had balance. I love 9. Going back to 9 and playing it, it's like you can do combos. There's lots of ways to counter the opponent. I loved it. It was great. I got Street Fighter 6 today. I've been enjoying it more than MK1. OMG, Kara! Join the club. Join the Jaded Rabbit club. And we can have, like, fashion moments together. I really love Battle Hub. Irish Tiger, fun fact, the Tekken 8 beta had more players in each category on Steam than MK1. A limited beta had more players than a fully released and widely available game. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, even before the Tekken 8 beta, Street Fighter 6 pulls in more than, what was it? They were at 20, more than double MK1 numbers. And Street Fighter 6 is months old. So people are already bored. People have short attention spans. I really love Street Fighter 6. I want Brock Lesnar in Mortal Kombat 13 next game. Interesting idea. Joe, I finally got every character to level 35. Very cool. Ironic that the creator of MK will be the one to end it. Well, I mean, if they really wanted to fix it, they should think about contacting the other creator of Mortal Kombat. Because I think this guy, Ed Boon, he was more so a technical guy. Whereas John Tobias was more so a creative guy. So I would love more creativity than Ed Boon is delivering. Irish, I'm glad I never went near Twitter in my life, and I never will. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm showing you Twitter, but I think it's important to see this stuff. Okay. So, like, OMG, this guy is like, I just have this tweet here, like, I really hate the corporate shills. And, you know, like, you have to be a certain way to be a corporate shill for Mortal Kombat. So I'm highlighting Sonic Fox here. I don't enjoy him. Do people enjoy him? I believe in playing games however you want to play. But I find him very, like, authoritative and aggressive in his political ideologies. I'm not particularly aggressive. I welcome all thoughts. I think I'm radically centrist. I'll go with that. But he's like black, non-binary, furry, queer. Don't test me, you'll lose. Pro fighting game player. Ugh. So if you want to be part of the community that bootlicks, you better be black, you better be non-binary, you better be furry, and you better be queer. This is who Ed Boon likes. This is what Ed Boon enjoys. This is all part of a political agenda. That's why he has those shills. Let's see if we can find it again, that picture. Those shills where they are is because they all share this weird political agenda. I'm just so frightened by it because, 20 years ago, these weren't things worthy of, like, I don't know. It's just very different. I feel so old. I think I was under a rock. And then I wake up and I realize we got to be non-binary furries and queers in order to get recognition from Ed Boon. Okay, so I have here another tweet from Ed Boon where he's saying he rented out a theater just to play Mortal Kombat 1 story mode. Oh, yeah, because everyone loves the tentative lesbian hand-holding between Melina and Tanya. What exactly is there is there a particular memorable moment in Mortal Kombat 1's story? What was it? Was it Chapter 15 when everything literally went to hell? It was terrible. I think we have a winner for the greatest Mortal Kombat celebration video, Bravo Uncaged Games. All of these shills, all of these big YouTubers, they must be paid by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers gets a certain amount of marketing money that they use to spend on influencers. It's in the credits for Mortal Kombat 1's story. If you watch the credits, you will see that a certain portion of the marketing goes towards influencers. That marketing budget. No way I believe this guy got himself a theater to just watch the Mortal Kombat 1 story filled with lesbian tentative hand-holding. Why? It's not even a story about fights, and all of the fight choreography in the story looks so blocky, chunky. all the animation in the game is cut corners. It looks good when it's standing still. In motion, shit is glitching, shit is clipping. It's not looking good. And I don't understand how people defend this game. And then you have Ed Boon trying to encourage people to get into this behavior. I think we have a winner for the greatest Mortal Kombat celebration video ever. Bravo. He wants some random poor 18-year-old with hopes of trying to make it on YouTube to follow in Uncaged steps and go purchase all the shit from a Walmart that says Mortal Kombat. Right? Why? This is disgusting behavior to encourage. Ugh. He is not responsible for his game. He is not responsible for his fans. He actively encourages them to engage in bad behavior like Uncaged. Let me see if Uncaged made any stupid videos lately. Because, Okay, well, this one's stupid. I bought every seat. Anything that says I bought, terrible. So we're going to just search all of his videos that say bought. I bought everything, every seat. Buying everything at Mortal Kombat Challenge at the biggest toy store in the world. Buying everything Mortal Kombat. In no way is he paying for all of this. What is he making off of this view? 62,000? So that would maybe be what? Maybe $500? 700? I'm trying to think because I'm not American. I don't understand Americans' money. Canadian money is like Monopoly money, but it's clearly not paying for purchasing all of the products. So surely he's getting kickback incentive from Ed Boon because Ed Boon is tweeting him out in this shit. He's really encouraging people to be like this doofus and go purchase everything when people can't afford rent, when people can't make the choice between food or medicine. He wants people to go buy everything Mortal Kombat. No, it's terrible. Get rid of Ed Boon. Terrible behavior, terrible corporate shills. Okay, we've got another tweet here. One day, I'm going to mock up a version of this for the original Mortal Kombat comic that John Tobias made. Oh, you mean the real talent? The one who actually cared about the characters? Which is why Ed Boon can't write a story for his games? He just thinks of shit that he thinks looks cool. That's why we have Omni-Man and Homelander, because he was jerking off to the boys over Homelander. And he's like, oh my god, I need it in my game. This is why MK caters to guest characters instead of actually fleshing out these 3D era characters that people cried so hard for. You got your 3D era characters. Are you glad that Nitara is a Valley girl? And Reiko, he's not even 2-note. He's 1-note. Not even 1-note. What is the note about him? Lackey of General What was I supposed to take away from Reiko character development in MK1's story? You know, even with MKX, the way they introduced Devora, clearly someone had a boner for Devora at NRS and was really trying to push her down people's throats. They succeeded with me. I like Devora. But they at least tried. Like, what insult that we don't get any new characters. We get all these 3D era characters, and they're given no love in terms of character development or story. There's not even character towers that flesh out, non-canon. Right? Like in character towers for MK11, you get that little flavor text that explains why you're fighting, who you're fighting, what's going on. But Nothing like that. Yeah, so Ed Boon mocking up a version of the original Mortal Kombat comic. No, I don't want him involved. Get rid of Ed Boon. Okay, so here's a post of hypocrisy. Post of hypocrisy. We continue to listen. Let's keep the lines of communication open to make MK1 the best it can be. Lies. Lies. The issues that people have had with this game even before the release, like the beta and being able to pin moves in combat. That wasn't fixed. How hard is it to add that feature? Another cut corner. So we're going to be taking a look at some of these cut corners that they have here in the game. Let's also see what you guys are saying. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Wait, does MK1 even have graphics settings like other fighting games? I haven't played it on PC, and I think PC would be like the best answer for like what kind of graphics settings you can run. But there's like not really a lot on console, but you wouldn't really expect a lot on console because it's console. J4, I'll take Tobias over Boon any day of the week. I agree. Joe, I thought John Tobias was back for MK1. I was wrong. Oh no. Shadow Bonnie, Ed Boon made the first secret character. Oh, very cool. Okay. J4, oh god, Uncaged Games is the worst. Winner for the greatest shill. Yeah, maybe. You know what? We might do like YouTube review of the shills. God damn it. There's too many shells. Too many people are buying the crap that like Uncaged is selling. It's so bad. Irish, the final battle, because I remember thinking it's still going what? Shadow. Oh, okay. Well, here, let me help you. Irish, I took a quick look at his channels, and Jesus, he made so many videos on MK1 and none of them negative. LOL. Nope, I've been saying it for a long time, babes. Wake up. Joe, I don't know. I thought Ashra was alright. Maybe. Irish. From what I understand, Jaded loves Mortal Kombat series, and MK1 was disappointing and rushed. Very true. Phenom Ace, no features added, but plenty of skins added. Yes, lazy reskins. That's what you can celebrate for Halloween. Spending your money. Lola, what's the tea? I can't stand those big YouTubers who are given the game for free and never say anything constructive. I totally agree, Lola. Unfortunately, there are a lot of corporate shills, and I think people who are just... they got fooled by NRS, and either they're not cognizant enough or their perspective isn't wide enough to see like what's going on in other games. This is why I'm making streams about other games as well, like Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, because there's a world of fighting games beyond Mortal Kombat. I loved Mortal Kombat 11 in comparison to Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah. MK1, there's nothing, like, why boot up the game? Why? Unless you want to suffer through Combat League. Or if you're one of those people who are abusing the cameo system when cameos should not be resetting damage scaling. There's no way 50% combos should be happening regularly and easily. No way. Especially not with just one usage of meter, right? If you're getting 500 plus with one usage of meter, make breakers 1 meter. Easy fix. Easy fix. Okay, we continue to listen. Let's keep the lines of communication open to make MK1 the best it can be. So really, please note, Ed Boon is a total figurehead. Doofus. Jerk. Hypocrite. This is all meant to give the illusion of change. Because he made a similar post like this during the beta. Why couldn't they add the pin moves to the list? If they were copying so much from MK11, why couldn't they copy over those same mechanics to MK1? Just quality of life mechanics. Okay, wow. Across platforms, okay, that one, we did see an update on Switch. I don't know how Switch is running. I don't have the Switch version. Would love to hear from you if you're playing on Switch. There's an issue with audio. I still get audio issues. Not sure with you. Thank you for listening. If your ears are still open, we're building a thread, says the Thinny. I don't understand how the Thinny is so kind to Ed Boon when WB Games gave him copyright strikes on Twitter. Maybe copyright strikes don't mean anything on Twitter, like a DMCA takedown. What's it going to do? Delete your tweet. It's not deleting your channel or your not deleting your Twitter. I don't understand how Twitter works. We need one of them for DLC. People are crying for lady DLC guest characters. The last thing the game needs is more guest characters. I am so frustrated by this. It's been standard in MK since what? MK9? NRS just shoving in these guest characters. But why? It has nothing to do with the franchise. The people who play for these guest characters come and go. They are not lasting fans of the franchise. It's just a cash grab. That's why they do these guest characters. It gives them money, plus a PR opportunity for Ed Boon to take schmoozy photographs like this. He loves to take a schmoozy photograph. Really hate that. Okay, just a few things. Crossplay in rooms. Super buggy. Sound at random. Cyrax needs touched. Thank you for everything. Yeah, right. Can we allow Natara more than one EXBF2 in combo? Okay. Wow, people love their combos. People love their Combat League. Honestly, how much of Combat League did you play in Mortal Kombat 11? And if you're using the 50+% combos, like, it's cheaper and more exploitative than me losing matches to get easy wins. There is lots of exploitative behavior going on in MK1 because that's the only way to play the game. The game is just a huge glitch. Okay, if you were listening, you wouldn't have launched an unfinished game. This was more of a fix your game or everyone quits scenario versus actually listening. Yep. The ability to pin moves. Yes, random requests for characters to be buffed/nerfed. Why are people asking for that? Just buff everyone, not just one person. Buff everyone. Give everyone cheap breakers. Give everyone rolls. Buff everyone. Wi-Fi filter and Forever King. Like, just so many basic things that we get in other games like crossplay and lobbies they can't have in Mortal Kombat 1. I can't play with any of my Xbox brothers or sisters because we're all just on isolated islands playing this game in a void. Wonderful. How about leveling up characters not taking 10 hours to get to level 15? It actually takes less than 5 for cameos. It takes about 5. But that's if you're playing like a machine, not if you have like human biological functions. So maybe if you do, it would take you closer to 10. But I used a turbo controller because this game is brain dead. You don't even need to play it. You can just put a turbo controller to play it for you. And that's how I recommend playing the game. Why waste your time? Okay, so the update screwed up Serena, blah, blah, blah. I'm on it. Master Lord Ed Boon got a video I'ma make soon. See, like, Ed Boon inspires the youngins. So when he calls out corporate shills, yeah, just like going back to, like, this with Uncaged in this, like, effing Empty movie theater. It's empty because no one's watching movies, too, by the way. Who's watching movies? I'm not watching movies. I don't go to the theaters. Okay, Thanos. Oh my god, people want Thanos. Okay, so as you can see, there's just like a wild selection of things that they want. Oh, here we go. Honestly, this has been the most disappointing MK release by far. Horrendous bugs, embarrassing spelling and grammar mistakes in tutorials, wrong frame data, moves listed wrong, utter lack of offline modes, terrible XP grind to master. What happened? Exactly, what happened? So Ed Boon's just a hypocrite. He needs to get fired. I'm very unhappy with him. Do you agree? So let's take a look at some other characters who are working at NRS. Now, I love Jandy because I beat him up and I got my beta developer's icon and combat card for MK11 by beating this guy. And I like him. I think he's good. But I mean, there's a definite political infestation of what's happening at NRS. Matt Pearson, he, him, senior environment artist at NRS. Alex Bittner, senior facial animator at NetherRealm Studios, he, him. Okay. So we know that everyone at working on the environment team, they are highly, highly prioritized. Because NRS only cared about making stages look beautiful. So no wonder Twitter is recommending him for me to follow. Lots of people follow. You know what we're gonna follow? I follow all these losers. I'm gonna snoop. Not now, but in the future. But do you notice something about these people who are working at NRS? Like, I had no question as to Matt Pearson being a dude with receding hairline and beard. In fact, let's take a look. Let's see if we can get a better picture. I had no question this guy was a dude. Why is it necessary for you to announce your pronouns? This is one reason why I don't use Twitch. Twitch is a very politically charged instrument moderated by very politically charged individuals. Why do we need pronouns? why do we need to put this stuff? It just seems so stupid. Because I never had a question that this guy was a dude. But it's not a question. He's trying to say what his political beliefs are by announcing his pronouns. I think the norm for most people is to not go around saying, "Hi, my name is XYZ, my pronouns are blah blah." I think that's the norm for people. Do you know how many times I get called ma'am? I have long hair, and like when I'm with my mom and I'm at the doctor's office and I'm wearing a mask, sometimes they call me ma'am. And then I talk, and then they're like, oh. Or maybe just Canada's just really effing liberal. I don't know what's going on. But I hate getting called ma'am. Not the ma'am. Please leave me alone in my long hair. I know I'm beautiful. But I'm not a ma'am. But yeah, these guys don't have an issue with that. They are not beautiful. There is no question as to their gender. Why are they putting he, him? It's because they are DEI hires. And it's interesting to see that the other one is a facial animator. So this is the guy that we got to thank for making the characters look like this. Applause! It's Lady Gaga. We live for the applause. Yes, work queen. Trans everywhere. Right? Why? Why? Why so much politics? This is the shit that they're prioritizing in the game before actually making a game that, I don't know, runs at runs at 17 frames per second. There was no quality testing done in the game. If they had properly tested this game, as the department name would imply, with quality, they would have seen that this game has no quality and that it's shit. And it runs at 17 frames per second in ways that players can easily access. By joining the Jaded Bunny fam. If you want to know how to break Mortal Kombat 1, please do join. But as you can see, I am breaking the game. Right? Did they test this game? This game was something that they worked on for 4 years? No. F it. F their priorities of DEI. Get rid of these people who are just infecting the game with ugly characters. I am not inspired to play any of these characters. I have said this many times. I don't care for lore. Lore is whatever. If I want a good story, I know where to go. I'll read a book. But this is not meant to deliver story. It's meant to deliver escapism, fantasy, and exciting gameplay. And I'm supposed to have excitement with these gay-ass twinks who look like they stepped off of like an Andrew Christian underwear ad. Or these really manly-looking women. And not to mention, everyone's Asian. Or else. Or else. Only 4 white people on the roster. One of them is a monster. One of them is a villain. One of them is no-name generic. And Natara's a valley girl. And this one's a slave. And this one's an idiot. So, why? Get rid of these people who are making these character design decisions. Who are actively animating the boys to look gay and look like they stepped off a set from Sean Cody. I'm gonna make really gay references. Hopefully someone understands. But yeah, get rid of these people. All of these people need to go. All of the senior people. Because it's from the senior people where we're getting this political indoctrination. And this is why I say, I like Jandy. He doesn't feel the need to shove politics on us. But I question how long actual people, regular people, are going to want to work for a company that's so propaganda-based. It's based in propaganda. That's why they're hemorrhaging talent. That's why we don't have a UI that moves. Because the UI animator, Dinesh Syed, left the company. If Mortal Kombat and NRS was a great place to be involved with, surely they wouldn't have lost their senior UI designer. Okay, alright, whatever. So, we got, those two, the he-hims. We've got Dominic Cianciolo. Oh my god. He made, I showed a Google Trends. Go check out my video about Mortal Kombat not being popular. Please go check it out. But you'll notice that there's been a steady decline in general public interest of Mortal Kombat ever since MKX. And MKX is the first game that Dominic Cianciolo pioneered with the story. And most people who play video games, they just play the story and then they move on. There are some lifers like myself, no-lifers, who devote themselves to a single game. But a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people just play for the story, and that's the general public. And the general public played the story of MKX, and they thought, I'm not getting involved with that again. And it's been like that with MK11 and MK1. A steady decline in interest in these games at their release compared with MKX. I blame This guy has been making the story of Mortal Kombat just so political. And if you don't believe me, go to his Twitter. Because his Twitter is filled with propaganda. So previously, I've never really read anything that he retweeted on his Twitter, because for me, it's a bunch of garbage. I don't really want to get involved with all of these real world politics. But Dominic Cianciolo feels it necessary, and he inserts this political ideology into Mortal Kombat 1 constantly. Mortal Kombat 11 constantly. Same for MKX. Oh, first gay character, LGBT. Oh, work. Yes, Queen, we got Kung Jin. Kill him. Kill him with fire, please. I don't want him. Because I don't want him to represent the LGBT. I want a better representative. Not a Kung Lao clone who's a thief with barely... Anyways, that's another video. We made one of those. But he says, none of these countries have U.S. ambassadors because Republicans are holding them up. The list includes Israel, Egypt, and Lebanon. I don't know what the fuck that means. Because I'm not so skilled in American politics. I don't know what ambassadors have to do with Republicans, have to do with... But this is important for Dominic Cianciolo, our story director. Okay, here's more of it. Can you imagine if Trump were president? America is in a bad place, but Trump would make it incomprehensibly worse, pitting people against people while emboldening white things. I can't say all of these words. I don't think YouTube likes that. So Dominic Cianciolo is very provocative, not with nudity, not with gore, but with his effing politics, trying to shove it down everyone's face. Because I'm following him. So he's trying to shove it down my face. And anyone who likes Mortal Kombat. Because most Mortal Kombat people, they're going to follow all of the developers. And he's like head honcho. One of the head honchos. Story and voiceover director. Absolute garbage. Because he's taking his very clear political propaganda and putting it into the game. You don't think it's in the game? Look at the lesbian tentative hand-holding. There is propaganda. Look at the roster. There is propaganda. The ladies are not pretty. Look at Ashra. Megan Fox doesn't look like this. They made Megan Fox more ugly. Why? Why would they do that? It's because it's political ideology. Women don't have to have standards. Women can look like men. Men can be cross-dressers. I don't know. It's really crazy. It's disgusting. And it needs to go. So, top of the list, Ed Boon. These DEI hires, they need to go. Dominic Cianciolo, he needs to go. We need real talent, not people who are interested in telling us what to vote for and what pronouns they are. That's what concerns them, because it's front and center on their bios. And this is the corporate environment that is at NRS, this DEI culture. It needs to go. Because it's not focused on the fan. It doesn't care about what the fans want. So, okay, let's see what you guys are saying before we come to our our other developer. Okay. It's really terrible. 32 of you here. Let's get 32 likes. It would be nice. Joe, I don't know. I thought Ashra was all right. Yeah, you know, if you enjoy her, enjoy her. But objectively speaking, Asher's not winning Miss Universe. She's not even winning Miss Transcontinental. So, yeah. I mean, I fail to see a world where Sindel is Miss Universe. I fail to see it. Same goes for Tanya. You think Tanya's Miss Universe? Oh boy. You think Katana is pretty? I've seen prettier ladyboys. Like Angina from RuPaul's Drag Race. These girls are average at best. I would rather have like take a photo of your face and put it on Katana. I would rather have like a feature of like that. That would be interesting. Then you can play as the character, and then everyone's Katana would look different, right? That's kind of cool. No features added, but plenty of skins. Oh, yes. Imagine spending $10 on reskins. Totally. Remember when NRS had someone disqualified from attorney for criticizing Shiva? Terrible. Yes, that's very terrible. NRS can't handle critique. That's why I think that it's so hypocritical of NRS, or rather, Ed Boon, to ask people, we continue to listen. Let's keep lines of communication open. What lies? I'd rather get more 3D era characters, right? Lola, no, literally they add guests as a gimmick. I fell for it too. I wasn't interested until I saw Omni-Man. Well, that's how they're hooking and crooking people. Just be aware. It's not because they care about the game or that they care about the franchise. It's a cash grab. That's what it is all of the time. Biscuit, you are speaking the truth that people don't want to hear, unfortunately. Well, you know, they're welcome to come to the live stream, talk to me, as long as it's civil. You know, let's be civil. But yes, no, I'm not banning anyone. We can have differences of opinions and still be friends. It's just a game. But people need to be fired. That's one thing. The guest characters are the money grab. Yep, they are. It's refreshing to hear someone be honest because, yeah, unfortunately there are a lot of shilds. What offline modes did MK1 11 that MK1 doesn't? Well, unfortunately, both MK11 and MK1 suffer from the problem of being needed, like, you need to be connected to a server at all times to access content. You can't have Towers of Time without NRS servers. You can have classic towers. I'm not sure if you can have like just plain towers in MK1 if servers are down. I don't know. I don't think they had towers. You can have the tutorial mode. That's available in both. If there's not a lot of offline modes. Story? Yeah. Lola, I may sound crazy, but I think NRS started rebranding as a more PC to create outrage, but now people just don't care either way. What does DEI hired mean, if you don't mind me asking? Diversity, equity, inclusion hire. We made a previous video about how politics has ruined MK1. Do check it out. We go into all of the definitions, but it's a political talking point to try and include people below the line in places of talent, whether or not they actually have talent. Yes. Lima is the biggest disappointment. I am a cis woman and hate when they think making women tough and plain is looking empowering. That will probably be the next company on strike. Angina is prettier. OMG, Lola. Angina is prettier, right? Like, I'm glad you get the reference. I have fun on MK1, but I can see why others wouldn't like it, and I think they could have done better with the game. I will thank you, Dave. Thank you, Joe. Yes, I thank you as well. Thank you for being here. Please leave a like. 30 of you here. Let's get 30 likes. Alright, so we've talked about how Ed Boon needs to be fired, how he's just basically using Mortal Kombat to stroke his ego. And he's installed his shills as the ones who are creating Mortal Kombat games. Dominic Cianciolo, Thiago Gomez, they need to go. Also, we need to get rid of these corporate shills like this one, who claims that he bought a theater, rented out a theater, just to play the LGBT story mode. Who's enjoying the story mode? Who would play that thing twice? I hated having to play Mortal Kombat 11 twice in the story mode because it was terrible. It's not better in MK1. Yes, so we've talked about how NRS really prioritizes political ideology. Everyone's announcing their pronouns and saying who to vote for, like Dominic Cianciolo, the main story director of NRS. And if you don't believe that the game is political, look at who's making it. Look at their Twitter. We've gone over some of the things that he's said. I'm not American, so I don't completely understand everything that he's talking about. But this is, it's definitely clear, he's anti-Trump. He's pro-Biden. There's definitely political propaganda that he is pushing to people on his Twitter and in the game. I don't know how people don't see that link. Now, Stephanie. What do we say about Stephanie? Stephanie is included on Combat Cast to project an image that NRS is this inclusive place, that it doesn't matter what your sexual orientation or gender identity is. Everything is welcome. Yes, Stephanie needs to go. How the hell is she the lead QA analyst? She made this game that runs at 17 frames per second? What did she test in the game? Did she test for player one advantage glitch? How did they have this game 4 years in development and you, as a QA analyst, lead QA analyst, can't even figure out how people are exploiting the game? You don't deserve your job. You are there because you are a she/her. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that the game praises these people. NRS praises these people without the talent, without the knowledge, because if she knew everything, they wouldn't be looking at my videos to nerf things. If they knew, if they had the talent, they wouldn't need to come to my videos to then nerf things in their game. I am doing your job when I do things like this. You couldn't figure out how to do that, Stephanie Brownback? You are there because you are a she/her. Get out. Get out. Get out. You're terrible. Your wig's terrible. Your clothes are terrible. Everything about you is terrible, babes. I don't like you, Stephanie. Because how on earth did you claim to be the lead quality person on this game? And you're pushing shit like this? This is just one example. I have many examples of how I break this game. Because they didn't care. Game was cut corners. Game was rushed. Oh, you're going to say, oh, it was crunch time? Babes, when you're under crunch time, that's the time for you to step up and perform. That's when people build character. And why were you under crunch time? Because you guys were too busy celebrating your pronouns? Disgusting. absolutely disgusting. I'm glad she doesn't have a picture of herself up here because I don't want the reads to cross the line. But this old cat lady term, using that loosely, is only involved in NRS at the top, being one of the faces in the combat cast. I can't even pull up the combat cast. I don't want to. I don't want to look at it. They need to go. They need to go. Tyler Lansdowne, he needs to go. He's not a community manager. You know what? Let's pull him up. Tyler Lansdowne. And please don't send these people hate. Please be civil. But these are public head figures. These are the people that are promoting the game. He don't care about the game. He cares about sports. He retweets whatever the head honchos are saying. But he's talking about sports. Chiefs Kingdoms? I'm not a sports guy, so I don't know. I'm in 8 fantasy leagues and somehow have dodged all of the DJ Moore points. He's not tweeting about Mortal Kombat because he don't care. Get people into the job that actually care about the game and have talent. Put me in the job. But Stephanie Brownback, I am so upset. She did not test this game. This game is shit. Honestly, if people didn't make a big enough stink about the player one advantage glitch, that shit wouldn't have been changed. That's why weekly quests are still unable to be completed. Because people didn't make a big enough stink about it. Because your name's not Uncaged. Or, what's that girl? Molly or Vera? The corporate shills that are on Twitch. The 2 girls. Those random girls. With, small influence in the Mortal Kombat community. But they're looking for their DEI corporate shills. Remember, going back to this tweet, the only way you will get into Ed Boon's good graces is if you're black, non-binary, furry, and queer. You better make sure you have some of that intersectionality in your Twitter bio if you're trying to get Ed Boon's attention. F. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. I am upset with this game. Joe, Derek should stay. I mean, I like Derek, but I question things. I like Jandy too, but I question things. There's clearly incompetent people at the helm of NRS that care more about their pronouns and their political ideologies than they do about the game. They self-insert themselves into the games whenever they want to satisfy their egos because they are cut from the same cloth of Ed Boon getting his ego stroked by absolutely everyone. He wants the fans to slobber on his dick. He wants that sloppy BJ. That's what he wants. But it's terrible. Okay. Lola, they use her as a shield. Ed Boon doesn't have time to sit for 1 hour to film a combat cast, so he made Stephanie the mouthpiece. OMG. The wig. Not the wig. I know. No shade, but remember when she cried over Melina? LOL. Tyler is meant to be community manager. When was the last time he actually communicated with the community? Also, what happened to the combat cast? We only had 3 for MK1. I think we had 4. Kasich? I could be wrong, but I thought we had 4, but maybe you're right. Okay, so, yeah. Mortal Kombat, working at NetherRealm, welcome to your dream job if you're a black, non-binary, furry, queer. Yay. Dream job. Really kind of scary. Just taking a look at the jobs that they have posted, seems like they can't hire anyone competent to design their combat. which is why Mortal Kombat 1 features a lot of copy-pasted combat mechanics. Kind of shocked how NRS lost their senior combat designer, and they need a new one. And it's been that way for a while. Like, this wasn't a role that was fulfilled for MK1. As you can see, they're still hiring. And this position has been on the website for a long time. There is really problems with the AI behavior. Creates AI behavior specs. This is really shocking. Really shocking that some lead roles at NRS just remain unfulfilled. Are they not able to fulfill that DEI hire? Surely when you're looking for below-the-line talent, as described in WB's Equity and Inclusion Report, surely there's lots of people to pick from. I'm confused. So, yeah, I mean, like, they should be hiring for a lot more. Really, they do need this. And, we took a look at Twitter. I just wanted to have, like, a little look-see here at Reddit. Because Reddit is also another cesspool that I don't wish upon people, but I found some interesting posts. Thought it would be good to have it here. So anybody else sort of dropped the game after a couple of weeks, and of course this thing is getting ratioed. 5 likes to 41 comments. I know a thing or two about that. Not posting this to say the game is bad or to rile anybody up, but I'm genuinely curious. You know what? I would like you to feel a little riled up. I want you to ask questions. If you're not asking questions and thinking about what you're consuming, like, it's kind of shocking if you're not. You have to ask questions about why things are the way they are. Anyways, so, like, I like that the guy's asking. I pre-ordered the game, was so excited to play it, then it finally dropped. I went through the story, which was really cool. That's debatable. Grinded through Invasions, which I actually found fun despite it being pretty disliked by the fan base. And then I grinded up 4 ranks of KL and then just stopped. Oh, I'm further than him in KL. Okay, every day it felt more like a chore to go back to the game after the initial hype, and I just found myself feeling frustrated and uninterested with the overall lack of content in the game. I never really got on board the hype train. I saw other people getting on board the hype train, but I said I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, and I was right to do so, because there was nothing to be optimistic about, but everything to be cautious of. The main reason I ask is because I saw a lot of people sharing their frustration, but not many saying they've actually dropped the game altogether. Interesting. So people are saying that they don't like the game. They're getting downvoted on the Reddit. And I mean, like, I guess the question is, why are you playing the game? What are you getting from it that you couldn't get elsewhere? And please don't tell me Combat League with 50% plus cameo combos. I challenge you to play without cameos. I challenge you to think, why aren't cameos its own separate game mode? I challenge you. Yeah, so of course there's going to be like lots of crazy things. I still play most days because that's the main reason I play fighting games. I do take a break for a day here or there because this game is like MKX stressful. Clearly he's not using my strategy of losing to win. The mental stack is high, playing at 100%. I play when I'm sleepy. I like that, because then I don't have to think. Playing at 100% takes a lot of mental energy. I like 11, but I could really turn my brain off during it. It's still pretty brain dead here in MK1. You just need to know your one combo, script it into a macro, and, press the button. Nish still playing daily. Yeah, I'm mostly online kind of person. I really like the core gameplay. Oh, you like the particle effects that cause the game to run at 17 frames per second? Clearly, these people aren't playing the same game. Like, these people are out to lunch. Play through the Combat League rewards provides motivation to keep playing. The core gameplay is the same as MK11, just with less options. You don't have rolls, you don't have get-ups, you don't have flawless block attacks, you don't have hop attacks. You have air combos, you have cameo combos. Is that it? Those two things versus removing so many things from that basic style of gameplay where most people end up just sitting far from each other in a match and waiting for the clock to go down. That's great. Great gameplay. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I gotcha. Like the gameplay. Okay. I haven't touched the game in nearly 2 weeks. I played MK11 regularly from 2011 to 2021. It's just so bare bones, so devoid of features, so grindy. Yeah. I mean, like, people are voicing their opinion, but obviously they're getting downvoted on this Reddit. Like, this Reddit is just so echo chamber. I'm willing to listen to dissenting opinion. Just as long as you're civil. Okay, so here's another one. MK was disappointing to me. Slight story spoilers. This one was downvoted into heck. I give him a vote. As someone who's been a fan since MKX, as one of those kids who got away with playing that adult-rated game as a kid, I really enjoy... You were a kid when MKX came out? I am much older than him. I really enjoyed the story mode, even with its flaws and the content given to me. I don't know why people feel the need to preface any sort of criticism by saying they enjoyed the story mode. Because I didn't enjoy the story mode. MK11 I thought was mediocre, but had nice cutscenes. Felt it was like a good apex to the story, and Liu Kang resetting... Going into MK1, I played MKX and 11 and watched videos about the MK timeline. Oh, so this guy was delusional and on board the hype train. Watched videos about the MK timeline? Why not go play the game? Why not go do research? Go read a book. Go read Wikipedia, because if you're not aware, NRS copy pastes Wikipedia for their games about Mortal Kombat. Watched a full video on MK9, and I was disappointed by MK1's story. Oh god, he's talking about the story. $60 for 6 characters, which you cannot buy. Content-wise, I'd say it's like this. You pay $100 to get into a really hyped-up party held at a warehouse. Then you get into the party, and it's just a water fountain and a table with a bowl of corn chips, something flash, and then some bland mush being served. Wow, what an analogy. This kid's funny. And he criticizes the fatal blows. Of course, this is going to get downvoted. I don't know why Reddit is like this. I feel like Reddit is filled with people who are on the Kool-Aid and who are just enjoying MK1 to the max, that they're so blind to see that the game is unfinished, rushed, cut corners absolutely everywhere. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And I endeavor to bring attention to this because the game is crap. It's just crap all around, and I'm so surprised that anyone is having fun with this game. Okay, all right, let's see what you guys are saying. Mortal Kombat 1, what a disappointment. Joe, what do you think of Derek? I mean, like, I like Derek, but I mean, I just don't know how culpable he is. Maybe 4, but looking back at MK11, there was a lot more combat cast. Seems they just don't want to communicate anymore. Definitely Kasich. I agree with that. The overall tone is that they just don't care. And do you remember Tyler Lansdowne during that one combat cast? You could see his underwear. I don't want to look. Lola, remember that anonymous T that said the MK11 work environment was toxic? I don't know how much of that is true. Like, you're at a job, do your job. Period. Were they not pronoun celebratory enough for you? Is this why NRS is completely like this way now? I don't know. I don't know all of the inner machinations of NRS, but it seems like there is some effed up work environment there for sure. But I'm not too sure if it's because it's like toxic. I think it's overly politicized. And I could see that. I think what people were complaining about was how politicized it is. And it seems like the only way to climb the upper echelons of senior management is to, he, him, anti-Trump. Like this is their political ideology at the place. It's terrible. Kajki. I hope I said that right. I'm glad you speak about this. It's annoying that 16-bit hides behind trans shield. It's annoying when anyone hides behind a victim shield. Yes, totally agree. I think my primary dislike of her is not that she's, trans. She can be whatever she wants to be. My dislike of her is the fact that she's not talented and she's not doing her job and that they have to rely on my videos to nerf things in their game. Get out of here. They were doing it for MK11. They did it for MK1. I refuse to make another build video because I know they're watching, and I hope they're watching. All of you people should be fired. I'm doing your job for you. Okay. What kind of QA they are doing? They can smile and laugh in Combat Cast while selling us this unfinished product. Right? Right? It's terrible because they are all liars. Yeah, I don't want to play the Combat Cast. I don't even want to look at it. I'm actually appreciative that Stephanie's page is just like comics and cats. But yeah, they're just lying through their teeth. You can't trust them, which is so unfortunate. These are the people that are representing the game. How am I ever going to buy Mortal Kombat 2 from them? How am I ever going to buy Combat Pack 2 from them? I can't trust them. It's so worrisome. D15 gone. Play without cameos. Yeah, right. They'll never do that. Exactly, right? These people who are enjoying Mortal Kombat 1 so much are enjoying the broken gameplay of these 50% combos with 1 meter. And cameos. All of the cameo meter. It's unfair. It's unbalanced. If you can do 50% plus with 1 bar, well, let me escape with 1 bar. The fact that people get increased bar regen if the opponent is blocking, that's ridiculous. That totally penalizes blocking in a completely different way. I mean, if you block too much, get thrown. But now if you block too much, give your opponent more meter? What? It's ridiculous. Narsh Kajki, do you know Shao hold his axe wrong in player 1 side? You can see the asymmetrical axe equipped. This is such an amateur hour moment. Oh no. D15 MK1 story revealing there is a multiverse tells me that the arcade endings from MK11 are both canon and non-canon at the same time. Wait, so Fujin is really Fujina? That's a real thing. I thought it was non-canon. People online see constructive criticism as hate. It's just not MK, every fandom. I love Mortal Kombat. And I think that's why I feel so passionate about this, is because I truly do love it. Do you see the little razor ring? Do you see the little buggy twitching? I made that because I love it. But I feel so disrespected with this game, and I'm so surprised that more people don't feel the same way. It was very shocking to see that 50% people would say that this is an 8 out of 10 game. It's not. It's a lie. People are lying. Joe, does this mean you're done making MK1 content after this? No. We're going to be making tons of MK1 content about this game and how it's such a failure, because there's many things to experience too. We haven't seen season 2. Oh boy, I'm excited to see how terrible it is. It's like watching a car crash, right? It's terrible to see, but you can't look away from it. This is Mortal Kombat 1 in an essence. It's a terrible car crash. Okay, it's possible we saw Janet Cage. Oh my word. Oh my word. Where's the Janet? There's the Janet. What are her pronouns? Shrek and Shrek self? Okay. Anyways, do you note that we're talking about, this is a fictional person. This ain't a real person. She can take a little beating. Because look at the Adam's apple. She can take it. Okay, anyways. Wow, Mortal Kombat 1. It's terrible. People need to be fired. I would love to hear from you who you think needs to be shuffled out of the senior management. Who would you like to see there instead? Yes, very interesting question. But likes, comments, subscribes, they all really help out with the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this romp through Twitter and Reddit and facts. I try to present to you facts. This is not opinion-based, babes. We're looking at this stuff in black and white. Wait, that's not a racial thing. It's not a DEI thing. It's like a fact. It's like a thing. Anyways, but yes, likes, comments, subscribes, they really help out. Also, if you really enjoy what we're doing here on YouTube, if you want all of the secrets on how to actually enjoy Mortal Kombat 1, please do join the Jaded Bunny family. We also have a lovely community. We love to get together and play. I think I might be going back to MK11 though. Might be going back to that. But yes, much love to everyone in the fam, including David Dillman, Leo, Fox, The Fiend, Terrence Rogers, Rehan Munchinpuss, Brian, Kari Lessie, Anthony G, Angel, Shorio Washti, James Shea, Kalila Crenshaw, Charlie Ravens, John Clark, Danny Slaw Energizer, J4, GCXBU Gaming, Styles, Cara D, Kokoma Joe, AG Miller, Coffee Gamer, Lucy Little Thunder, Boots Alexander, Jonah, Eric, Blood Ferox, Glowy, Chocacorn, Michael K, Airy, Darkside, Trokar, Mark, Danny, O Gamer, Michael G, Swishbish, Ilkid, Snoopy Blind, FGC, Albus Christus Mortis, Yuri Erdem, Calum, JJ, Dr. Eggman, Alina, Acenonics 85, Alan, Cider M, Ragnar, Rian Chaos, and Queen Melina. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Means the world to have you in my fam. Please do consider joining. You do get access to all of my secrets, but also a birthday sing-song. Who doesn't love sing-songs? I can't play my Janet Cage song because I got copyrighted by Shania Twain. So that's why we just look at still images from it. But yes, OMG, let's see what you guys are saying. Hopefully I'm not missing any of your comments here. Yuck. Yuck. I'm saddened there isn't a Titan Kotal Khan or a Titan Shujinko or a Titan Onaga. All of those ideas sound immediately way more better than anything in this story mode. Mark, we need to have a game sometime. Great augments of videos you have produced, by the way. Thank you, my friend. You know what? There's still some things in augments that remain untested in MK11. I might go back and just explore. Because I know I wanted to make some AI builds. I can actually design something in that game. Can't really design anything in this game, unfortunately. But yes, I love you guys so much. I'm praying for all of you to be having fun with whatever game it is that you're playing. But until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.